Wake up. Water cooler talk sports. Pregame playlist. Let's go. It's the pregame playlist. Turn it up, don't miss this. Turn it up, yeah. Your morning, your sports, yeah, you tapped in. Locked in. From the highlights to the headlines, yeah, we locked in. Top stories. Water cooler talk sports, yeah, we locked in. Early morning grind, yeah, we set the tone. From the field to the speakers, now you rocking with the show. Let's go. Rocking with the show. Your morning, your sports, your playlist. Let's go.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the pregame playlist here on Water Cooler Talk Sports YouTube channel, man. This is the day that the Lord has made. Let us rejoice and be glad in it, man. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here as always, man. Shout out to you all, man. Hopefully, you all are having a great start to your morning. Hopefully, you all are getting things ready to go. Hopefully, you all did not have any problems this morning. You know, hopefully everything went as smooth that it was supposed to be to start your morning. And guess what? We here to get your morning going even further with the pregame playlist, man. Your morning, your sports, your playlist, man. We're going to play some music. We're going to talk some Auburn football today. And of course, man, we're going to have a great time here, man, to get your morning started. My name is Nick Frazier, man, here at the Water Cooler Talk YouTube channel, man, and here on the pregame playlist, man. We appreciate y'all so much, as always, for rocking with us here. Last night, of course, you know, we did not have Around the Cooler last night. We won't have it Wednesday night as well. We'll be back Monday for Around the Cooler, so make sure that you tune in for that there, because we are literally less than 12 days away from from college football season starting. Well, from week 1, because we'll have college football this weekend. As a matter of fact, we'll have some college football games this weekend. High school football is already back in session, man. We had some games last Friday. We have some games coming up this weekend as well. Man, I'm telling y'all, man, this is gonna be fun, man. This is the best time. This is the most wonderful time of the year. Yes, man, the most wonderful time of the year, ladies and gentlemen, is the start of college football, high school football, and NFL football season, man. And we are here to get this thing rocking and rolling with you here, man, on Water Cooler Talk Sports YouTube channel. And every morning, every weekday morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time here on the pregame playlist, man. Your morning, your sports, your playlist. What are we talking about today? Well, today's show, it's Auburn football day. It is Auburn football day today, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to be discussing Auburn's defense in hour number 1. Hour 1, we're going to talk about Auburn's defense and their dominant, how they will dominate SEC rookie quarterbacks. We had some, over the past couple of days, we've had some teams announce their starting quarterbacks for the season. Of course, everybody knows that Keelan Russell was named the starting quarterback at Alabama. KJ Jackson was named the starting quarterback at Arkansas. Aaron Philo got the nod over Tramel Jones at Florida, so he will be the starter. And Faison Brandon, he will be the starter at Florida. At Tennessee this upcoming year. He got the nod over George McIntyre. It is almost understood that it seems as if Jared Curtis might be the starter at Vanderbilt. And Auburn has to play all of those teams. I know Auburn plays Florida, Auburn plays Vanderbilt, Auburn plays Tennessee, Auburn plays Arkansas, and of course, Kamario Taylor, Mississippi State. He will be the starter at Mississippi State as well. And Auburn plays Alabama. So all of the teams that have announced new starting quarterbacks for the upcoming season are on Auburn's schedule. And so in the first hour, we're going to look at how that is probably an advantage for Auburn's defense this upcoming season. That's what we're going to do. We're going to take a look at that. And then in hour number 2, Coach Alex Golish had his Monday presser yesterday. And there were some themes in that presser that we want to take a look at and we want to talk about. We want to talk about it with you all in the chat. We want to talk about it right here this morning. One thing that he kept saying is that we have talent, but we're young. The depth is young. I don't know, man. Like in hour 1, we're going to talk about potentially how the defense is dominant is going to dominate a lot of these new starting quarterbacks in the conference that these teams have started. And then in the second hour, we're going to take a look and listen, try to break down what Alex Golesh was saying there. You know, after the starters, when you have to start subbing in those guys as depth pieces, says we have talent, but we're young. That's what he said. And we're gonna get into that as well, ladies and gentlemen, here on the pre-game playlist this morning. Your morning, your sports, your playlist, man. Shout out to you all rocking with us here, man. Rudy the Boxer is in the chat. What's up, Rudy, man? Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling great, my guy. Ant the Insider is in here with us, man. What's up, Ant, man? How you feeling, man? Hope you're feeling good. Your favorite insider, our favorite insider, everyone's favorite insider. It is Ant the Insider, man. Auburn Dad, he's rocking with us this morning. What's up, Auburn Dad? Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling great, my guy. Yes, sir, man. Appreciate you, man. So see you. Yes. Ladies and gentlemen, man, this is going to be a great episode this morning. We want you all to stick in. Big Sarge is rocking with us as well. War Eagle to you, Big Sarge. Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling great, man. BBC, man. Okay. He said Kirby Smart disrespected Auburn last year when he took off his belt and got on top of that table. I hope Golesh used that for motivation. I hope Golesh used a lot of things for motivation. But to me, it seems as if Golesh is the type of guy that is very detailed, as I've been saying since he was hired. 2 weeks after he was hired, and I started doing more research into Alex Golesh and his tenure as a coach within this profession, man. Detail-oriented, process-driven guy. So, yeah, he may take some things personal, in the words of Michael Jordan. Yeah, it became personal with me. But he's not going to stray far away from that and let something get him off his mark. You know, that's what it is, man. So, you know what? This is going to be a good one this morning. I got Mr. 21 rocking with us this morning, man. Mr. 21, can you do something for me? Ed Darby, he said, who? Mike Jones. Who? Mike Jones, the one and only. You came home. Got a lot of haters and a lot of homies. Some friend, some phony. Back then, didn't want me. Now I'm hot. Hope all on me. Back then, didn't want me. Now I'm hot. Hope I said back then, didn't want me. Now I'm hot. All on. Hey, you know what it is, man. Ladies and gentlemen, speaking of that, man, you know what? Let's go ahead and let's get into our first break here, man. This is a radio show for you all that have not watched us or is just learning about the pregame playlist here on Water Cooler Talk Sports YouTube channel. This is a radio show. You can listen to us in the car as well and have a great time, man. Or you can watch us here on YouTube. But this is a radio show. And we're going to slide into our first break here, man. 8 minutes after the hour here on the pregame playlist. Ladies and gentlemen, man, we appreciate y'all so much. Let's slide into our first break right here and let's get a little bit of On My Block. Yeah, the sun don't shine right. Hey, long days, long nights, gotta grind right. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the pregame playlist here on Water Cooler Talk Sports YouTube channel. Good morning to you. Let's go.
Yeah. Hey, you know what's going on? What? Still posted, still solid, still here. On my block, we don't sleep, we survive. No shit. On my block, yeah, the sun don't shine right. Nah. Long days, long nights, gotta grind right. Stay strapped, eyes open, that's life. Stay ready. If you slip one time, you can lose it all twice. Facts. On my block, where the real ones stand tall. 10 toes down, yeah, we answer that call. Yeah. From the corner to the stove, yeah. I seen it all. Had to learn real young. I can't trust y'all. Nah. Wake up early, hear the sirens in the distance. Woo. Same block, same plane, same mission. Mama praying, saying, son, just keep your distance. Amen. But the streets got a way of pulling you in it. Facts. Posted on the corner where the lines get crossed. Where the wrong word said, get your lifeline lost. OG told me, boy, count every cost. Cause the fat money come, but it leave you lost. Gotta pack, tuck low, gotta move real smooth. The faith that you see ain't really your crew. Seen boys turn rats, seen kings turn fool. That's the code of the block, better play by the rules. Play right. On my block, yeah, the sun don't shine right. Nah. Long days, long nights, gotta grind right. Stay strapped, eyes open, that's life. Stay ready. If you slip one time, you can lose it all twice. Facts. On my block, where the real ones stand tall. 10 toes down, yeah, we answer that call. Yeah. From the corner to the stove, yeah, I seen it all. Had to learn real young. I can't trust y'all. Nah, step on the block, yeah, I came with pressure. Hardcore man sharp, gotta move more club. Locked in, ain't no love in the streets, no fear better, none. Either you eat or you starve, I'ma grind forever. Let's go, talk slick, get checked, that's word on the curb. Check it, see too many bodies laid out on the curb. Don't speak on nothing, I just move and observe. But I keep the vibe close, let it spark if I'm served. Boom. Day shift, night shift, I don't ever clock out. No rain, sleet, snow, I'm still running that route. They ain't built for the pressure, they gon' fold, they gon' doubt. I was raised in the storm, but to find my way out. Every scar got a story, every move got a reason. I done seen summer nights turn cold like the season, so I stay team down, ain't switching to leave it. Never Memphis, me or you, best believe I'm breathing. On God, on my block, yeah, the sun don't shine right. No. Long days, long nights, gotta grind right. Stay strapped, eyes open, that's life, still ready.
SEC football fans, this is your channel. Every Tuesday, it's time for SEC Season Live, the most interactive SEC football experience on the planet. Live chat voting, hot takes, weekly rankings, real debate, and you help drive the conversation live on air. Then, every Thursday, hit the reset button with lunch breaks. Your lunch break destination for real SEC football talk. Reactions, storylines, and unfiltered opinions from across the conference. If it matters in the SEC, it matters here. Subscribe now to @SEC Season, and don't just watch the conversation, be a part of the show.
Don't be shy, hit subscribe, because this is the best playlist in your ears. It's the Pregame Playlist.
Summer nights turn to legends. We outside in the night mode. City lights got my soul froze. Bass hit deep, make the time slow. Whole world move when that bass roll. We outside on a summer run. No breaks now, we ain't never done. Hands up high when the moon come. We the ones, yeah. We the ones. We the ones. We the ones. We the ones, yeah. I've been locked in, had to level up. Dark nights, now we shining up. Every loss turn to pressure, man. Now the whole team going federal. Chain swing when I move through. Same pain turn to new fuel. Took a risk, made a lane light, and now the whole world see the view. I don't sleep, I just chase it. Real life, no fake it. Yeah. If I said it, then I meant it. Not a dream, looking space. We outside in the night mode. City lights got my soul froze. Bass hit deep, make the time slow. Whole world move when that bass roll. We outside on the summer run. No breaks now, we ain't never done. Hands up high when the moon come. We the ones, yeah. We the ones, yeah. Yeah. Came from nothing, I feel different. Same hunger, just a bigger vision. Every move got intention now, no luck. Yeah, we really live it. 808 hit like a heartbeat. Whole crowd jumping to the same beat. If you feel it, let the hands rise. It's a moment, not a plan B. We don't fall, we don't panic. Turn losses into advantage. Yeah. Every summer we leveling up. Now the vibe feels cinematic.
We came too far now.
For now,
Can't slow down, no way.
no way.
All this pressure make diamonds.
Diamond.
Now we shining all day.
We outside in the night mode. City lights got my soul froze. Bass hit deep, make the time slow. Whole world move when that bass roll. You are locked in to the pregame. Your morning, your sports, your playlist.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, man, welcome back to the Pregame Playlist here on Water Cool Talk Sports YouTube channel, man. Let's get this thing rock and roll in the pregame polls. Headlines you need to know across news, across sports, across culture. Let's go.
The Pregame Pulse. Headlines in culture and sports.
Yes, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, man, we appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here as always, man. We had some breaking news come out while we were in the break. And yeah, it's big news. But before we get to that, man, y'all know what it is, man. Let's go ahead and let's get this thing going with the pregame post scores that happened last night. In the WNBA last night, the Dream and the Sparks played each other, and the Dreams got a win 78-71 over the Sparks, man. In this game, Angel Reese 11 points, 26 rebounds in this game for Angel Reese, man. Wow, 26 rebounds, but only 11 points, man. Alicia Gray 20 points in this game. Ryan Howard had 18 points and 6 rebounds for the win, for the Dream in a win. Nneka Ogwumike, 27 points, 16 rebounds, big double-double for her in a losing effort for the Sparks. Derek Hamby, 15 points in this game as well. Off the bench, Cameron Brink, had 15 points, 8 rebounds off the bench for the Sparks in a losing effort, man. The Valkyrie get a win over the Minnesota Lynx, 80-66. Kayla Thornton in this game did not score any points in this game at all. None whatsoever. It was a non-factor. Gabby Williams had 15 points in this game and 5 rebounds for the Valkyrie. And Veronica Burton, 14 points, 4 rebounds. Off the bench for the Valkyrie, man, Tiffany Hayes, man, 14 points for the Valkyrie off the bench. Natasha Howard for the Lynx, 13 points, 7 rebounds, man. Kayla McBride, 12 points, 4 rebounds. Natasha Collier, Naphisia Collier, 9 points, 7 rebounds for the Minnesota Lynx in a losing effort there as well. In MLB, man, in the MLB last night, Monday night, the Red Sox, they get a win over the Marlins, 4-2. The Rays 4-1, get a win over the Tigers. The Rockies, they lose to the Nationals 13-3. The Rangers, they beat the White Sox 11-2. Guardians get a win over the Angels 4-2. Diamondbacks lose to the Cubs. They don't score 1 run, 7-0. The Twins, they get a win over the Athletics 9-6. Mariners 9-2 over the Phillies. Pirates 3-2 over the Padres. And the Giants, they shut out the Reds 5-0, man. Hey, WNBA, MLB, man, we getting close to the end of the month, and playoffs should be starting soon for both conferences, man. So I'm telling y'all, man, I want to get ready, man. It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. We're gonna be here to track it all when it happens, man. Let's keep this thing rocking and rolling. Let's keep it moving, man. LSU's Lane Kiffin defends his pursuit of NFL players returning to college. Lane Kiffin publicly defended LSU's decision to recruit NFL rookies who won court-ordered eligibility to return to college via injunctions. LSU has an agreement to add former Ole Miss tight end DeQuan Wright once he clears NFL waivers. Yeah, guys coming back from the NFL to college when it used to be trying to go from college to the NFL. Yeah, man, doesn't make any sense, does it? But that's what's happening. They going from the NFL back to college. Wow, lady, wow in these streets. So apparently he's defending the decision, and you know what? I'm not mad at it because they're allowing it to happen. Other teams go do it. That's my thought process on it. So that's what it is right there. This is an interesting story. Ole Miss had the FBI sweep for bugs after Lane Kiffin's exit to LSU. Interesting story, right? Grove Collective Executive Director Walker Jones told the Assorted Crackers podcast that Ole Miss had the FBI sweep the football offices at the Manning Center for recording devices after Kiffin left for LSU following the 2025 regular season. Jones said the distrust stemmed from Kiffin taking several assistants with him to LSU while the program still had to prepare for a CFP run, forcing separate staff meetings and text threads to keep game planning secure from coaches who were about to become Tigers employees. That's wild. No trust. Whoa. They had the FBI sweep for bugs. They thought this man was about to. Ooh, okay. They're taking every precaution necessary, man. It is what it is. Speaking of starting quarterbacks in the league, man, as I stated before, Aaron Philo has been named the starting quarterback at Florida. He won a job over Tramel Jones, 6'1", 207, redshirt sophomore from Georgia. He was with Buster Falter at Georgia Tech last year. So and now he's at Florida because Buster Falton is now the offensive coordinator at Florida. So we're gonna see what happens there. And of course, KJ Jackson gets the nod at Arkansas as well. He will be the starter. He was on the team last year. 6'4", 225-pound quarterback from Montgomery, Alabama. As well. So yeah, man. You got quarterback starting, got guys being named starting quarterbacks across the league. Also, breaking news just came out literally roughly about 5-6 minutes ago. Blake Berlowitz will get the start for Vanderbilt in week 1. Now, it has also been reported that Jared Curtis will also play in week 1 as well, but Blake Berlowitz will get the start week 1 against Austin Peay. So yeah, telling y'all, man, y'all want to be ready for this. Y'all better get ready because I'm telling you, man, Auburn will be going up against a lot of new blood in the SEC at the quarterback position, and we need to see what is happening. It is important. I'm telling you, y'all better get ready, man. You better get ready because this is about to be something serious. Blake Berlowitz just came out, will be the starter week 1 for Vanderbilt, but Jared Curtis will also play in the game as well. So there it is right there, ladies and gentlemen. Take that news for what it is, but that has been reported as well, man. Shout out to Richard 21 in the chat. He said, congrats to Sammy Coates in Columbia High football, breaking that 101 losing record. Only took him a year. Double their roster to 60 players shows how one person can make a change. One person, one system, one idea that everybody gets behind, can understand, can make a change like that. Shout out to Sammy Coates, man. Shout out to Sammy Coates, man, for doing that and coming in and making that happen last year as well. Shout out to our guy, my boy Cordell Atkinson, aka Poochie. What's up, my guy? What's going on? Hope you feeling good. Hope you feeling great, man. Shout out to you, man, watching us on the Facebook there, man. Big Sorry said, did they find any devices? If not, they waste the FBI's time. I don't know. Did not say. It did not say. Did not say. So I don't know. But that is interesting that they did go and sweep the offices because they were concerned about what Lane Kiffin could potentially be doing in that office there for them. So, you know, it is what it is there. So I don't know. It never came out. I think from the way that the article sound, they didn't find anything. That's what it sounds like. But who knows? But yeah, man, those are your pregame post topics for hour number 1. When we come back, ladies and gentlemen, from this break, we're going to get into this Auburn defense. As you know, we just got the news that Blake Berlowitz will start week 1 for Vanderbilt. We also have all these other starting quarterbacks who have been named starters in the league. And how does this affect Auburn's defense? Auburn's defensive advantage. Is there an advantage? Is there really an advantage? We're going to talk about it when we come back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the pregame playlist here on Water Cooler Talk Sports YouTube channel. 23 minutes after the hour, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to you. Yeah. Pregame playlist. Good morning.
Yeah. Big pressure. What? Hey, turn me up. She thought it was wet. I'm the finest, can't nobody top me. Nobody more money, ain't no cheat that can stop me at all. Face card valid, yeah, it's locked, no copy. She cute, but she broke, that's not me. Nah, big pressure when I step, they watch me. Talking receipt, get popped like wasabi. Whole lot of cash, yeah, pile up sloppy. Big racks, I'm the one, ain't no other can block me. On me, ayy, raspy little tongue when I talk, that's power. Walk in the spot, I control the hour. Pretty little face, but I stack like a tower. Money get long, yeah, it grow by the hour. I don't do cheap, everything top tier. If it ain't money, I don't even heal. She want the life, but she ain't got guilt. I been that girl, let me make that clear. On her lay down, but my mind on racks. He wanna talk, I ain't texting back. Counting it up, yeah, I double that. She want the shine, but she fumbled it. I'm the finest, can't nobody top me. Nobody more money, ain't no chick that can stop me at all. Face card valid, yeah, it's locked, no copy. Yes, not me. Big pressure when I step. They watch me. Talk on the slick, get popped like wasabi. Whole lot of cash, yeah, pile up sloppy. Big racks, I'm the one, ain't no other can block me. On me, ain't no debate, I'm the one, no ties. Look how I move, yeah, I stay on their minds. Baddest alive, yeah, I say it with pride.
Everybody wants to look like a star when they step out, including you. That's why Hollywood Media got you covered. From clean portraits, corporate events, and even athletic events, they capture it all. These ain't just pictures. This is your moment. Follow now on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube at Hollywood_media. And follow on Facebook at Hollywood Media with 2 A's. Hollywood Media. Feel like the star you are.
You're listening to the coolest playlist. The pregame playlist is in your ear.
Tennessee nights. Sun going down on a 2-lane road. Dust in the air, got a slow ride roll. Text from the boys, man, pull on through. I said, 10 minutes, I'm sliding through. Oh, truck humming, radio loud. Small town living, we don't need a crowd. Hand on the wheel, breeze rolling in. Another southern night about to begin. It's them southern nights, cold beer, firelight. Laughing with my people, everything ain't right. Yeah, we living life in them southern nights. Stars hang low, time moves slow. She looking at me like she already knows. One spark, one touch, just one time. That's how it goes in them southern nights. Bonfire lit out in Millersfield. Tailgates down, that's the deal. She walked the moon, hit her face, had me stuck, yeah, right in place. Red cup talk, leaning in close, laughing about things we ain't post. Little bit of tease, little bit of vibe, got me thinking about later tonight. Heartbeat jumping, can't play cool out here tonight, breaking all rules. It's them southern nights, cold beer, firelight, laughing with my people, everything right. Yeah,
You're now listening to the pregame playlist on the Water Cooler Sports Network.
Late nights, city lights. You know what it is. You hit my line after midnight. Say you outside tryna slide right. Windows down while the bass ride. Boy, you dangerous, but I like vibes. We ain't worried about the sunrise. Got the whole city in our headlights. One night turned into real life. Yeah, we outside tonight.
outside tonight. Yeah, pull up blacked out, yeah, the 10 low. Go cross, hang while the wrist glow. Whole team eating, that's the big goal. Came from stress, now we live most. Back then, ain't see the vision. Now every move got attention. Stay solid through the tension. Now the city treat me different. I ain't perfect, I got scars too. Still thank God what we got through. You the type, make a boss move. That energy feel hard to lose. Let's ride.
For real. You hit my line after midnight. Say you outside tryna slide right. Windows down while the bass ride. Boy, you dangerous, but I like vibes. We ain't worried about the sunrise. Got the whole city in our headlights. One night turned into real life. Yeah, we outside tonight.
Rooftop views and designer sense. Conversations got deeper sense. Everybody switch for relevance. You stay solid through all of it. I got dreams bigger than my section. Still move smart when I'm stepping. Every loss turned into lessons. Now the whole vibe feel
like blessings. Tell the driver keep rolling. Night young and we locked in. Your voice got me focused. Can't fake this emotion.
Locked in
For life.
Maybe this could be something more than just
Get your
a
morning
nighttime.
started. Yeah, with the pregame playlist. Your morning, your sports, your playlist. Let's go.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, man, welcome back to the pregame playlist here on Water Cooler Talk Sports YouTube channel, man. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us here as always, man. Today we are talking Auburn football all day. That's what we're talking. We're talking Auburn football for the entire show today. So Auburn fans, check in. Everybody that doesn't like Auburn, check in as well. If you want to hear what we want to say, you know, people gonna be in the chat saying what they feel. I'm gonna be saying what I feel and what I think, and things and stuff of that nature. But we're gonna have a great time. We're gonna talk, man. For one, you know, you watch us on Around the Cooler. Around the Cooler is basically a show that is built for SEC football, Auburn football, and stories that surround that. We're not doing Around the Cooler this week for reasons that, you know, it is what it is. But we're gonna talk some Auburn football today. And yesterday on yesterday's show, yesterday we had some good conversations. And Big Sarge put in the chat that you know, we should talk about Auburn's defense against all of these new quarterbacks that will be in the league this year, you know, for Auburn. Excuse me, that Auburn will be going up against this year. You know, I stated it before, I'll reiterate it again for everyone. They're on Auburn's schedule. Auburn will play Baylor first, Southern Miss. They'll play Florida. They'll play Vanderbilt. They'll play Tennessee. Then they'll play Georgia. They'll play Tennessee. They have a bye week. Then they'll play Georgia. They'll play LSU, Ole Miss, Arkansas, Mississippi State, Arkansas. I think I got those backwards. Stanford, Alabama. That is Auburn's schedule in order, right? Shout out to the Huggy Beard in the chat rocking with us. What's up, Huggy, man? Hope you're feeling good. Hope you're feeling great, my guy. And out of those teams that Auburn is playing, every one of those teams, except for every one of the Power 4 teams, and even Southern Miss. Southern Miss is breaking in a new quarterback as well, too. And Sanford, I believe, is breaking in a new quarterback because I believe Sanford is breaking in a new coaching staff. Sanford and Southern Miss are both breaking in new coaching staff. Sanford's, what's up, Huggy, man? Hope you're feeling good, man. Hope you're feeling good. Sanford's, new coaching staff is a Power 4 style coaching staff that's coming from that Clemson tree. The guy that is the head coach at Sanford now was the head coach at Jacksonville State the year that, if I'm not mistaken, the year that Auburn played them, and it was a very, very close game. So that's not a game that you can't look over as well, to be completely honest with you, because he did come into Auburn and give Auburn a scare as well when he played Jacksonville State that year. The head coach who was at Southern Miss is now at Memphis because Ryan Silverfield is at Arkansas. And so Southern Miss is breaking in a new head coach, which means they're breaking in a new quarterback, new system. Sanford, same thing, new system. A lot of guys that's coming in, but a lot of those guys have Power 4 experience, like major college football Power 4 experience on the coaching staff that's coming in to coach that Sanford team, right? So when you look at every team on Auburn's schedule, except for Georgia and Ole Miss, Trinidad Chambers is returning. Gunnar Stockton is returning. Besides those two teams, every single team is coming into the year with a new quarterback starting. Now, look at Baylor. DJ Lagway, has starting experience. Of course, he has starting experience at Florida because he was at Florida last year. This year, he's at Baylor as starting quarterback with Jay Spavital in that offense. So he's in a new system as well. But Sam Levitt transferred in to LSU. He has starting experience as well. Even though it was at Arizona State, he's transferred into LSU, right? Okay, cool. So you look at this and you say to yourself, where is the advantage for Auburn's defense? Auburn has an advantage in this game. Is the advantage for Auburn this upcoming season on the defense side of football, because there is so much new at the quarterback position with the teams that Auburn will be playing. We've went through it already. Florida has named Aaron Philo the starter. Vanderbilt just named Blake Berlowitz their starter for week 1, even though Jared Curtis will play in week 1 as well. Tennessee has named Faison Brandon its starter, the 5-star from Greensboro, North Carolina. He will come in and be the starter for Tennessee in week 1, getting the nod over George McIntyre, who has been in the system as well. Ladies and gentlemen, joining us, it is your favorite insider, our favorite insider, everyone's favorite insider. It is Ant, the insider. Ant, what's going on, man? How you feeling?
Morning time.
That's what I'm talking about, man. That's what I'm talking about. So, Faison Brandon will get the start for Tennessee. Seems as if Sam Levitt is going to be the starter for LSU. Even though he has starting experience in powerful football at Arizona State. Kamario Taylor will get the start at Mississippi State as a full-time starter. He did get the start at the end late in the season last year, but as the full-time expected guy to be the guy in the offense, Kamario Taylor will be the starter for Mississippi State. KJ Jackson, who was on the team last year for Arkansas, decided to stay after the coaching change. He was announced as the starter at Arkansas under Ryan Silverfield, who brought AJ Hill with him from Memphis as well. And of course, we talked about it yesterday in hour 1 yesterday. We talked about Keelan Russell. We talked about Keelan Russell getting the start over Austin Mack at the University of Alabama. Okay. Now, the question that was asked yesterday in the chat from Big Sarge, he asked a question: is there a advantage for Auburn's defense this year? Because it seems as if every opponent, except for two, well, if you want to add Baylor and you want to add LSU in there, because they do have guys that were full-time starters at other places last year. If you want to add those two teams in there, all but 4 teams on Auburn's schedule will be breaking in guys who will now be the full first-year full-time starters on their football team. And the question that we wanted to know is there an advantage for Auburn's defense this upcoming season? Is that the advantage for Auburn this year? Is the advantage for Auburn this year that they are going to be a part of a team that's going to win games, and the fact that DJ Durkin is back and he's bringing back a majority of his defense that has experience underneath what Durkin wants to do? Is that an advantage? Now, we have to throw the caveat in there that you do have new cornerback coach. You have new outside linebackers coach, even though Durkin is still there. Vontae King-Williams is the only guy that was on the defensive staff that was retained last year for Auburn. But you do have, new guys, new coaches on that side as well, on the defensive side. So, and I'm going to ask you the question. Is that the advantage for Auburn this year? Is Auburn's defense going to be the advantage in order for Auburn to win football games this upcoming season because of the starting quarterbacks in this league and in this league at other places that will be the first year full-time starters? Your thoughts?
Man, much as we done talked about this backstage, well, we done talked about it. I always told y'all the defense gonna win you at least 4, in my opinion.
Okay.
and that's why, because a lot of people are bringing in either new starters or they got a new staff, including us. But the only difference with us and everybody else is our staff is made up of a lot of DCs, and I think that puts us at a little advantage.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, here's the question that I asked. I know the quarterback is the most important position on the football field. Well, one of the most important positions on the football field. I think every position on the football field is important. You know, some people will say offensive line, some people will say quarterback, some people will say other things as well. But I think offensive line and quarterback would be probably in the top 3 answers of most responses that you get when somebody asks what position is the most important on the football field, right? Are we putting too much stock into the fact that there are a lot of new quarterbacks starting in this league? And putting it on Auburn as this is the reason why Auburn potentially will win a lot of games. Now, here's why I asked that question. Offenses are not as but let me say this. Majority of the offenses that are running college football are not as complex as a lot of people may think they are. They're not NFL pro style, West Coast style offenses. They are really, RPO.
2 reads and get up out of there.
Not even 2, 1 read and get out of there. You're not coming out checking to see what the you are checking to see what the alignments of safety are, but you're not trying to read. You're not doing half field reads. You're not doing full field reads. You're not going through one. You're not going through the first, second, third progression majority of the time. You are really like we said, there is one read for a lot of these offenses. And if it's not there, you pull it down and go. Or if it's an RPO, you're just reading one player, you hand it off, you keep it, and then at that particular point in time, there's a pass option off of it. Normally, most of the time, that's just one read there as well. So are we looking at this and saying that because these guys are starting, these are new guys starting in the league, that Auburn has an advantage defensively because of that? Like, I don't think, well, as a matter of fact, I don't feel like there are a lot of complex offenses that Auburn's going to potentially go up against. Florida and Buster Faulkner and those guys, maybe. I think Tim Beck and Jerry Kill are going to do what they can to make it as simplified as they possibly can. Tennessee runs a similar offense, if not the same offense that Auburn will be running this year. Mississippi State and Jeff Lebby, same offensive system, similar to what Auburn will be running this year. Ryan Silverfield, not complex. We're not sitting here looking at these guys that are going to be having 2 tight end sets, 13 personnel type situations to where we have to look at an extensive run game, or a guy coming out here and having to read whole field, full field reads, or even half field reads. It's really just reading one quarter of the field, if just one person, and then deciding what to do, because that's what that's kind of what Auburn's offense this year is going to be. To be completely honest with you, are we putting too much stock into the narrative that the quarterbacks, just because their first year, is going to be an advantage for Auburn, in your opinion?
I don't think so, because at the end of the day, it still comes down to your team gelling, your offensive line getting used to that quarterback, and basically knowing, okay, if he reads here and he, doesn't have a hot read, he's gonna take off running. I mean, at the end of the day, you still need blockers, and if you don't have that continuity between offensive line and QB, it can be ugly.
Big Sarge, I just took the comment down. Big Sarge basically said that if Auburn doesn't have the advantage against these first year starters at QB, then experience doesn't necessarily mean anything. I I get what you're saying. I get what you're saying, Big Sarge, but I don't know if I necessarily 100% agree with that. You know, Jay Money comes in and said, I'm gonna say this because I think I'm gonna try to connect both of these comments together, because I agree with some of what both of these comments are saying, because Jay Money said we've seen plenty of freshmen and sophomores be successful in the SEC. Plenty is a stretch. Here's the thing, plenty is a stretch. But we've seen some guys come in the SEC as first-year starters and have their first-year guys come in and be successful. And I think it's shout out to I got Mario Cannon. But back to try to take these one at a time. You know, if Auburn doesn't have the advantage against the first-year starters at QB, then experience necessarily doesn't matter. I don't know if I necessarily agree with that. I think experience matters. And we're going to talk about that in hour number 2, because that's what the head coach, that's what Coach Golis said in his pressure yesterday, and just, you know, about some things that about the talent of Auburn, but the depth is very young. We'll talk about that in hour number 2. I look at it and I say to myself, I think systems matter more, you know, in my opinion. Like, for example, yeah, I give you one. Last year, Joey Aguilar came into the league, and I was not high on Tennessee last year because of the fact that they had a quarterback change after the spring, you know, and Aguilar was coming in and he had to learn that offense very, very fast. And I didn't think he could do it, even though he started in college football before. I didn't think that he would be able to come in and like take off and do what he did. But he did. He came in to the tune of being one of the top passers in the conference last year, and Tennessee having one of the top offenses and having 2 guys that were over 900 yards receiving last year. I think systems matter more. You know, of course, I agree. You have to have guys in the system. You have to have players that fit what you want to do, or you have to modify your system a little bit to fit what your players do best, right? I do think that, but overall, I really do believe that systems do matter a little bit more than experience. Is great. Experience is great. Like, don't get it twisted. I will take an experienced player. I will take an experienced player if there's one available. But if there's a guy that I can come in and my system is not as complex, if I don't have checks and reads and so many different things off of what a quarterback needs to do, if it's just really like a one read, if it's an RPO type system, I can put a guy in there and just kind of just be ready to come in and just play. And to this point right here, Jay Money said that some systems are QB friendly to a QB friendly. Important reason certain coaches always have good QBs. That's a good point. Josh Heupel is one of them. Lane Kiffin has a quarterback friendly system. Alex Golesh, quarterback friendly system. Jeff Levy has a quarterback friendly system. Like last year, Will Rogers at Mississippi State was one of the better quarterbacks in the league. He had a 1,000-yard receiver last year on that team, and Brendan Thompson. And he has Anthony Hill coming back, who was an 800+ yard receiver last year in that system. I already talked about Joey Aguilar and how that was a quarterback friendly system, how it was very favorable to not having to read full, not having to do full field reads, not having to go through 1, 2, 3 check down or 1, 2 check down. They don't have, that's not it. It's really just one read. If it's not there, pull it down, run, or it's an RPO. If that RPO, if the run part of the RPO is not there, pull it. Now you have the option to bubble screen or slant or whatever that one read is, or whatever that one pass option is off the RPO. So I think the systems now are very friendly to quarterbacks, to where if you can master what that is, and if you can master what they're trying to get you to do, and the fact that most RPO systems are going to play with some sort of tempo as well to get the defense off balance, I think that's an advantage as well. So I can't really like, I understand where we're coming from saying experience matters on the defensive side of football, because it does. But to this point right here, some systems are just very QB friendly. Your thoughts on that, Ant?
I mean, they are. And the thing about it is you can always scheme to make your system better for that quarterback. But as a DC, you also have to scheme to, be able to stop that system. Like you said, Auburn, a lot of teams Auburn playing run the same system as Auburn.
Or a similar system,
So,
yeah.
Yeah, or something similar. So therefore, we should already be, ahead of the curve against a lot of these teams. I think that's what a lot of people are looking at. Like you said, the levies and the hypels, and we
The
play
Kiffins,
Kiffins. We got the same. We
and
kind of
even if
run the
you-
same principle of the system.
And even if you look at what Tim Beck and Jerry Kill did last year, they spread the ball out a little bit more last year with a little bit of an RPO
Right.
style.
And all
Different from what they
was
did in
the same.
2024. Different from what they did in 2024. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know exactly what Vanderbilt would do this year. I don't know if they're going to revert back to kind of like being a more of a ball control offense that they were in 2024, or if they're going to be more of like opening it up, throwing it, pushing the ball down, feel like they did last year in 2025. But it'd be interesting. Go ahead, finish your thought real quick.
I mean, I was finna say nowadays in college football, it comes down to the quick game. If I can get 4, 5, 6 yards on first down, I'm about throwing this RPO slant or this bubble screen or something like that. I'm gonna do that. And I feel like a lot of that pro style offense that you see people wanting to translate to the NFL really should be taken out, because it should be, if this is what's best for my team and make my team win, why would I run a pro style if that's not what my team built for?
We've had this conversation about the pro style. We've actually had it on this show, Pregame Playlist, about the pro style offense compared to what we're seeing offenses run in college football right now, right? I really believe that right now you're seeing a lot of the RPO style offense now because of, Ted's made this point of what it looks like in youth football. You just kind of want to get the ball into a player's hand that's just the best player on your team, the best athlete, right? So there isn't really a concerted effort to understand what a route, what route trees or passing concepts. Like, if I were to ask a player right now, what is a smash concept? If I were to ask 5 players, 5 QBs or something like that, what's a smash concept? I would probably
might get it right.
That's exactly what I'm about to say. Maybe 2 would know what a smash concept is. Or if I was to ask them, what is a 7 route on the route tree? Or what is a 5 route on a route tree? Or things like that. I don't know if they will be able to tell me. So when it comes to that, I think when we look at the offenses that we are in now in college football, it is about speed. It is about being as efficient and trying to get it installed as quickly as we possibly can, because you don't have as much time as you do in professional. Now, here's the thing. Professional teams, you have some teams that are moving that have moved to some RPO style offenses, but majority of these teams are still running very, very pro style West Coast style concepts. Like I was at a game. I was at a game Friday night, right? No. I was at a game Friday night, and they kept. I kept looking at. I was watching the team, and I was like, yo. I was looking at the offensive coordinator, and he kept going into 11 personnel, but he kept doing the exact same formation. Like he would have a running back. He would have a running back, he would have a tight end, but he would always line 3 receivers up to the same side of the field. And I was like, yo, I don't know if that's like you can use 11 personnel differently. You can put two receivers on one side, 1 receiver on the other side. You can probably, not probably, you can have 3 receivers on one side You know, you can have a trips formation, but it's a lot of things you can do out of that. But it was the exact, it's like for 95% of the game, it was the exact formation for the game. And I was like, I don't know if that's the fact. I don't know if that's what he wanted to do or if that's just what he had time to install. So, and I look at that in college and I look at it like, do these coaches have enough time in order to be able to install that type of offense? Because installing a pro style offense is not easy to do. You know, it's not easy to install a pro style offense because there could be checks. There are checks off of certain things. There, like even in the run game for a pro style offense, there are checks to it as well. You know, different type of things that you can do in the run game. Like the run game can be expansive, you know, in pro style. Like in RPO, it's kind of just, you know, RPO, we reading the defensive end, or we reading the apex defender on the end of the line. If they crash down, pull it, run, and if that pass option there, throw it. If they stay wide, hand it off. You try to get some yards, you know, and things, stuff like that. It's just that simple. Let me see what Big Sarge said right here, man. Before we get this,
yeah, because I got a comment for that one.
Let me see. J Money said the transport porter is the reason for more simpler offenses. It's easier for a quarterback to pick up a zone read RPO scheme. I can see that. He said, so basically you're saying that the experienced QB isn't the separator for college QBs. It's the overall talent of the college teams that's going to be the biggest factor. I don't know if it's here's where I will push back on that. The overall talent of the college teams. No, I would not say that because Auburn had a very talented team last year and Auburn didn't win games. So I wouldn't say that. I would say it was more of the system. And to a degree, with the people that are saying that, you know, it wasn't the talent at Auburn, it was really the system of what it was, and probably the way that the system was implemented and the way that it was kind of set up to be run, and like how was the execution of it. I think that is more of what it is. I think you can look at teams that don't have an who are not as talented as other teams and can still go out here and win because they have a system in place that the coach or the coaching staff believes in, that works for them and things, stuff of that nature. No, I'm not saying the overall talent of the college teams is what it is. What I'm saying is I think it's really the system. I'm not saying the talent is the system. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying the coach that has a philosophy, that's the system. And then you have to implement players into that system that actually give you the advantage to go in and win games. So no, I'm not saying it's talent. I'm saying it is really more of the philosophy of the coach and how he implements it into the team so that they can go win. Jay Money said, man, coaches who run a pro style offense prefer to recruit their quarterback so they can know how to do all the checks and know all the reads. Yeah. You know, right. and in a pro style type offense, you know, you want to, like, if we're talking about recruiting a guy from high school and having him grow up in a system in a pro style offense, I'm with that 100%, because you want him to know from when he gets there as a freshman to when it's his time to get in and start, like, he kind of knows this. But if he has some faults or some kind of stumbles, it's more of just the fact that he just needs to get the experience underneath him just to play a little bit, you know, stuff like that. Go ahead.
That's what I was gonna say. Like, if you really look at it, we could take Peyton Thorne for example, right? He was never the RPO type quarterback. He was more of a, I'm not gonna say he was more of a pro style, but that's probably closer to him than being an RPO quarterback. And most coaches, they're gonna recruit their style. You don't see Sarkisian getting a Byron Brown to run pro style offense. You don't get you don't see Alex Golesh recruiting Archie Manning to come run the wide zone offense. So most coaches, I mean, you could say experience, but you gotta lean more towards talent in certain cases, because coaches are not gonna pick the opposite of their system.
Yeah, I mean the talent thing, man. I'm gonna have to push back on that, man. I don't know if you would lean towards talent all the time. And I'm gonna keep using this example. Auburn was as talented or more talented than majority of the teams they played last year and still lost games.
But
Like,
we know why that was. You can't.
I mean,
Auburn's a bad example though.
But no, but
In my
it is,
opinion.
but it's a good example because
It
yeah,
is,
we keep talking talent. Yeah, that's fine. But the system, but what was how the system was implemented and how it showed on the field were two separate things. Like, it wasn't really until Vanderbilt that you actually saw with the talent paired with the system together, you saw that thing actually work how it should have looked the whole entire season.
Right,
So when you have a system in place that matches what the talent is, then yes, it will work. But talent alone, in my opinion, and I'm gonna be real with you, I was a person that felt like just having talent on the team could get you certain wins just because they were just more talented than the other team. No, I can't say that anymore. I cannot say that anymore definitively because we saw that last year. Cam Coleman was more talented than a lot of other receivers in the conference last year, but he was not the most productive receiver. Eric Singleton was more talented than a lot of receivers that we had last year, but he was not the most productive receiver. You know, we had a talented offensive line. We had the number one tackle in the portal last year who came in and did not produce. So when you look at that and you see this and you pair that with the system, if the system is faulty anywhere, it's not going to look good. And we saw that. But then when you look at a Vanderbilt game with the guy that is implementing what the system was supposed to do and look like with the talent, you see what the difference is. You see what the difference looks like. So yeah, I can't just say it's talent though. But go ahead.
Appreciate it. I was gonna say, so really, can you blame that on talent though? Because that's more of a coaching thing.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. Like, but look at Indiana. Would you say that Indiana was a more talented team than a lot of other teams that they played last year? Or were they a well-coached team? Or were they a well-coached team that had a system that the coach believed in and that they played their best towards? Like that they executed every single time. That's a point. They won a national championship. Indiana won. Now there are other factors into that as well. Don't get it twisted. But they won a national championship. Like let's just be real about it.
Nettie brought in players that would fit that system though. You get what I'm saying? Like, okay, this is how I see it. You can have
30 seconds. We got like 30 seconds.
Okay, you can have all the talent in the world. If you don't have a coach or a piece of a coach that understands fundamentals and things like that, then talent doesn't mean nothing.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I look at it. But to Big Sarge's point, it was a comment that he had earlier. He said, "Do I think that other coaches will out scheme Auburn?" That is, here it is. So you feel that the coaches that Auburn will face this season are better at schemes than Alex Golish. No, I don't think they're better. I think they just know what they want to do. It just really depends on what happens that day, to be completely honest with you, because we kind of went through it. You look at the coaches that we are playing, there isn't a big difference offensively to what these coaches want to do on the side on the football. They want to push the ball downfield. Auburn wants to do that. They want to run the ball. Auburn wants to do that as well. Well, let me go back. Auburn wants to run the ball, and they want to take their shots downfield.
Mm-hmm.
Lebby, Tennessee, LSU, because LSU had a 1,300-yard back last year. He had like 200 plus some carries in the regular season, and then you add on to what he did in the playoffs. I think it ended up being like 300 plus carries. Missouri with Chip Lindsey, he wants to run the ball, but he gonna run the ball because they got Ahmad Hardy. But he also wants to push the ball downfield. So there isn't really much of a difference between what these coaches and these players are going to do, offensively, in my opinion. There isn't like to the point, like if we had a team on our schedule that was a true, real pro style offense, then I look at it and be like, all right, man, Durkin's gonna have to come with it this week because there are some things that we haven't seen or that defense probably hasn't seen done, you know, with the way that chess match could potentially go. But when you look at these offenses that Auburn are gonna be playing, they really simplified. They're really, really simplified style offenses that are not, you know, too difficult for the quarterback because they're really quarterback friendly. They kind of just RPO one read style offenses, if we being completely honest about it. So, you know, that's what to look at, man. Mario Cannon in the chat, man, he said, I understand your issue with the former coach, but in all fairness, Coach Freeze didn't drop one pass or fumble one time. Scheme does nothing for underperforming players. And that is a fair point. I could argue that. But that is a fair point. He makes a fair point there. But here's what I would push back on for that. Here would be my pushback. My pushback to that would be that if that's the case, then that's a coaching problem as well, because you weren't on. If you look at the defense last year for Auburn and you look at Auburn's offense, then you weren't coaching you weren't as hard or coaching your players in that position to be better. You weren't coaching them to be elite per se,
right,
in that thing, so that they understand the importance of just catching the routine passes. But I understand exactly what Mario Cannon is saying right there. So it is what it is, man. J Money said Alabama is the only pro style they'll face. And even Alabama.
No. Alabama's not pro style for real.
But here's the thing, and that's exactly what I was about to say. Even Alabama, to a degree, is not a full pro. To J Money's point, it has pro style concepts to it, and it will be that you will see that. But you know, when I say pro style, I mean the passing concepts are very pro style, have pro style concepts to them. Like I talk smash concepts, we talk China concepts. We'll talk spacing, you talk spacing concept, talk flood concepts and things and stuff like that in the passing game. When you get into the running game, you talk about duo. Is it a gap scheme? Is it a zone scheme? Are we running power? Are we running, spread? Are we running the ball out of spread? Counters, traps, are we running wham blocks with the tight end? And things and stuff like that. Like, that's what I mean when we talk about when you get into like that type of situation and things and stuff like that. Like, we don't really see that. Like, last year, Texas A&M was the first team that I saw run wham block in a long time. Like, where the tight end comes, where the tight end comes from the opposite side, where they basically where the offensive line steps down, they block down, they leave the end open, they leave the end free, and the tight end comes back. He just comes down the line and he takes out and he blocks the end, which basically should create a crease for whatever type of counter that they're running for the running back to come back down and have an open space. When I saw that, I said, "Oh my God, okay, all right, I see that. I like that." We don't see that, because mostly what we see is halfback. We see an RPO style. We see this. This is what you'll see. You see the quarterback get the ball, look, and he's looking right here, dead at the defensive end. And he'll put the ball here. If the defensive end crash, pull, he's running around and he'll get the ball here, and he's either a slant or it's a bubble screen that he's gonna throw to, or something like that. We've never like it's just certain things that we look at, and I just be like, man, it is interesting to see exactly what it'll be. But go ahead.
You don't see an early 2000 offense anymore.
Oh yeah, I formation, off I formation. Yeah, you don't really see that.
You're not gonna see that. Period. You're not even gonna see a Gus Malzahn style offense a lot. You'll see it. You'll see the tempo wise, but as far as like what Gus was doing by all the runs and the counter traps and zone, you're not gonna see that too much.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. P-Pass said, it saddens me that Derrick Nix wasn't unveiled until the Vandy game, man. Me too. Me too, man. It is wild. Wild.
That's why I keep saying, hey, listen, I agree with Mario to a certain extent. You're right. You don't have, your coaches was not that dropping passes or missing blocks or whatever the case may be. But at the same time, this is practice. At practice is when you get better at things like that. If
Yep.
you don't practice that, if your receivers are not on that jug machine, your lineman is not on that sled, that's what you get.
Yeah, man. Man, we are over by almost 10 minutes, man. We haven't even reset hour 2, but we are definitely, ladies and gentlemen, in hour 2. Let us know how you feel about that, man. Will Auburn's defense be the advantage for Auburn this year up against all new? Well, not all new, because you have some guys that are returning who have returning and starting experience at quarterback that will be on Auburn's schedule. But a lot of the teams, the Floridas, Southern Miss, Florida, Vanderbilt, Tennessee, Mississippi State, Arkansas, Sanford, all of those will have brand new full-time starting quarterbacks. And Alabama too will all have brand new full-time starting quarterbacks. Will Auburn's defense be the advantage for Auburn this year against those guys? Let us know in the chat how you feel. Ladies and gentlemen, this is technically hour 2 of the pregame playlist, but we was having such a great conversation that I didn't even reset hour number 2, and I'm not going to reset hour number 2. And we're going to go right into the pregame post for hour number 2 starting right now. Ladies and gentlemen, the pregame post for hour number 2. You know what? Let me play it. Let me set it up. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the pregame post. The headlines you need to know across news, across sports, and across culture for hour number 2. Let's go.
The pregame pulse. Headlines in culture and sports.
All right, now we can do it because the pregame post coming up right now in hour number 2 here on the pregame playlist on Water Cooler Talk Sports YouTube channel, man. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us, man. Pregame post, hour number 2 right here. Let's get this thing rocking and rolling. The Patriots are going to trade Kayshon Boutte. I don't know if it's Boutte or Booty because a lot of people were saying Kayshon Booty, but it's Boutte. That's what I thought. I thought it was Boutte.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, that's what I thought. But the Patriots are going to trade Kayshon Boutte to the Texans for Jalen Reed and a pick. The Patriots are trading him to Houston for safety Jalen Reed in the 2028 7th round pick. The move comes a week after Houston lost projected number 2 wide receiver Jaden Higgins to a season-ending torn ACL. And of course, AJ Brown is now in that receiving room for the Patriots. So, moving on from Kayshon Boutte and having AJ Brown there might not be a big loss to them, but it would definitely help CJ Stroud and those Texans this year with what a lot of people are saying. The Texans need to get back to the playoffs. They did a lot of things on defense, but I mean, that's what the Texans did. Now they got to go and get the offensive side right to help out CJ Stroud. So we'll see what happens there as well. And of course, they still got Nico Collins in that room as well. So you bring in Boutte and you bring in with Nico Collins and those guys, and that could be a dangerous offense pushing the ball down the field.
Great pickup.
It could be. I'm looking. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I'm like, this could be good for CJ Stroud.
Right.
This could be good for CJ Stroud. Who knows? Auburn great. Auburn women's basketball great. DeWanna Bonner agreed to a buyout with the Phoenix Mercury. And she will now seek a title somewhere else. It is projected that the Las Vegas Aces could be a team that she could potentially team up with to try to go win a title, because a lot of people feel like this will be her last year playing in the WNBA. If people don't know DeWanna Bonner, she played at Auburn. She is from Birmingham, and she played her college collegiate basketball at Auburn, and has her number retired at Auburn as well. So shout out to DeWanna Bonner, man. She's agreed to a buyout with the Phoenix Mercury and will now move on to see if she can go win a title and chase a title with the contending team. So we'll definitely be looking at that. Deshaun Watson said, "My emotions got the best of me after being booed." In his first press conference as being named the Browns' Week 1 starter, Deshaun Watson walked back comments he made after being booed during Saturday's home preseason game, where he called the reaction disrespectful and personal. On Monday, Watson said his emotions got the best of him and that his remarks weren't intended to target supportive fans, citing the frustrations of a season full of injuries and inconsistent play. So what he said. So, Watson was booed on his first snap back inside of Cleveland since he tore his Achilles back in the 2024 season. And here's the thing, bro. I don't know. I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna keep saying this. I don't know what else Deshaun Watson can do to legitimize the contract that he got from the Browns. On Deshaun Watson's side, great. Shout out to his agent. A fully guaranteed contract, what, $250 million fully guaranteed contract that was signed. And majority of that contract, he didn't play it because he was either hurt, because he was hurt for 2 seasons. He had the Achilles and I believe he had the knee. I'm looking at it and I'm saying, yo, I don't even think if he comes in here, I don't think there's anything he can do this upcoming season to justify that contract. Even if you won a Super Bowl, I don't even know if that would be enough. I'm gonna say this: Shadur Sanders should have started. See what you got with Shadur, and try to raise his value. And if Shadur is the guy that can lead that franchise moving forward, sign him to a long-term extension, put some pieces around him so y'all can go compete. But if not, hey, then you can put some tape on film, and then you can potentially trade him and see if you can get some assets back, and then potentially go in the draft and look and see what's coming out this upcoming season in the quarterback room. To come and see if you can find your franchise. I don't know, man. That's how I look at it. I think Bubble feels the exact same way in that situation as well. So I don't know. We'll see. Another Auburn great, Daniel Carlson. He is going to sign with the New Orleans Saints. The Saints are signing free agent kicker Daniel Carlson, ending a summer-long unresolved kicking competition between Tanner Brown and Charlie Smith, both of whom missed field goals during the preseason. Carlson spent the last 8 seasons with the Raiders after Minnesota drafted and then released him as a rookie in 2018. Carlson made 224 out of 255 field goals, 87.8%, and 238 of 249 extra points across 8 seasons in Las Vegas. It's a 2-time All-Pro, which was in 2021 and 2022. He led the NFL in field goals made and attempted in 2021, and he hit a career-long 60-yarder in 2025. 2025 was a down year for him. He was only 81.5% accurate, his lowest since 2019 as well. His career accuracy is 86.9%, 10th all-time among NFL kickers, man. And of course, we all know Daniel Carlson is an Auburn kicking legend, Auburn legend as well. So congratulations to Daniel Carlson for getting back with a team that potentially could look at him and give him some help there. And he can go and help a football team. He'll be in New Orleans with the Saints. So we'll see exactly there, man. We're going to end our number 2's pregame post with this story right here. TikTok reaches a $400 million settlement with the Justice Department over children's privacy. TikTok and parent company ByteDance agreed to pay $400 million to resolve the 2024 DOJ lawsuit alleging violations of Children's Online Privacy Protection Act, COPA. TikTok will pay $300 million immediately and $100 million more once an order vacates an earlier consent decree tied to predecessor company Musicality. It's one of the largest recoveries ever obtained in a COPA case. Here's my question about this. So $400 million will be paid. Is this going to be paid to the children whose privacies were the parents or the children's whose personal data was collected, or is this going to be paid to the Justice Department?
That's a good question.
Because if it's going to be paid to the Justice Department, I don't know if I can rock with that. It needs to be paid to the privacy to the parents of the children's whose information was collected by TikTok in that situation. Because I don't know if this is a fine or if this is because it says settlement. So a settlement to me tells me that somebody, the plaintiffs of the case, should be getting some type of money from this, but I don't know. It's weird. That's weird to me. I don't know if that's interesting. We'll see what happens there, man. Shout out to everybody rocking with us in the chat as well, man. Jay Money in the chat. Shout out to him, man. Let's see if everyone can recreate the same circumstances that was at the Rose Bowl. Good luck. Big Sar says Butte is Creole. That's what it is, and it's Creole.
Creole French is the same thing.
Hey, no. Rudy the Box said, what about the 49ers owner getting arrested at Ohio? Yeah, man, that came out yesterday. He was at a trailer park trying to pay $140 for some prostitution. So listen, man, come on. The NFL apparently is reviewing that. I don't think nothing's gonna come from it. He'll be all right. They'll give him a slap on the wrist, and then it is what it is, man. Big Star said that is a good move by DeWanna. Yes, it is. Yes, because apparently this might be her last year playing, and she wants to go out with a championship. But we'll see what I'm saying, man. Mr. Beautiful. He said Byron Big Boy Brown would throw over 4,000 yards passing and 40 touchdowns and run for 1,300 yards and 25 touchdowns. Mr. Beautiful, if he does that, Mr. Beautiful, that is definitely a Heisman Trophy season. I don't know if that will happen, but man, it's gonna be interesting.
I got another one, Nick.
Okay.
Yeah, we had a great running back retire from the NFL. And Nick Chubb.
He did.
Yes.
He did.
Injuries have plagued him. And I understand why. At the bright old age. I think
gonna
be a little older. Too. Ain't my fault.
People says Butte has. Go ahead.
I'm finna say shout out Nick Chubb for, a great 2 years that he did play, the first 2 years of his career in the NFL.
Yeah, it was. It's memorable. But then injuries, like you said, injuries caught up to him. So, hey, more power to him, man. He had a great career. Now he can go and invest that time into something else that can potentially make him more money and give him a little bit more time too. So we'll see what happens there, man. P-Pat said Butte has excellent traits. Was amazing briefly at LSU until his behavior betrayed him at a bowl game. Hey, I think Butte is a great player. When New England drafted him, I think they drafted him in like the 5th or 6th round. I thought that was a steal when he was drafted. I mean, I'm telling you, man, I think he's a great player. Mr. Beautiful said Cobb will rush for over 1,500 yards. Okay. Big Sorry said the Cleveland Browns, the Cleveland fan base. Yeah, I don't know. I think Cobb is gonna be right at where he was last year, 960. But I think we've all come to the conclusion that he'll have roughly the same amount. I think he'll increase his yards per carry average is what we think. So,
Well, how many passing yards did he get about Brown?
4,000.
Ain't no way Cobb runs for 15.
I don't know. We'll see, man. So it is what it is, man. So shout out to everybody rocking with us here as well, man. We appreciate y'all so much for rocking with us, man. We're gonna take a break right here. Normally I do flag on the play, but I think I'm gonna skip flag on the play today because I want to get into this topic about what Alex Golis shared yesterday in his press conference about Auburn football, about what he said about us being talented but being young in the depth. So I think I want to talk about that today as well. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to slide into a break right here. Excuse me. We're going to slide into a break. And when we come back, we're going to have that conversation about what Coach Alex Golis said in his presser yesterday to the media when he spoke about Auburn's talented, but we're young in the depth. So that's what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, 23 minutes after the hour here on Pregame Playlist on Water Cooler Talk Sports YouTube channel, man. We'll be right back right after these messages, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to you.
Look, it's one of them. Talk to him. Yeah. I've been quiet. Yeah. Look, it's one of them. Talk to him. I've been quiet. I've been building in the silence, though. Yeah. Late nights, early mornings where the mileage grow. Pressure make diamonds. I just let the time define me. Facts. Others looking past me, now they looking, trying to find me. Where you at? I was down bad, had to reroute the vision. Now I'm seeing clearer, every move got precision, clean. Had to cut the noise just to hear my intuition. Listen. Now I speak life every time I'm spitting these writtens. Talk to him. Mama said be patient, God got a plan. Amen. So I stay 10 toes, never folding my hand. Never. They was playing checkers, I was moving like chess. Now I'm 3 steps ahead. They still stuck on the stress. Yeah. I feel it now. Feel it. Something shifted. Pressure turning into power. I've been leveling up, I can't stay where I was. Had to bet on myself, I ain't waiting on love. They was doubting the vision, now they see what it does. I was planting them seeds, now I'm growing the buzz. Every loss, every scar, yeah, it came with a lesson. I was down in the storm, still I counted my blessings. Now I move with a purpose, every step is progression. Progress, I don't talk about it, I just show the direction. Let's go, 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 go. Beast mode, yeah, I flip that switch quick. Came from the mud, now I'm talking big business. Vision too strong, I don't deal with the limits. If I said it, then I'm in it, I'ma finish. I'ma finish, see the grind, they just see the results. They ain't feel the pressure, they just getting your applause. I was in the dark, had to learn how to spark now.
The biggest stories in sports deserve bigger conversations. Join us every Monday and Wednesday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central for Around the Cooler on Water Cooler Talk Sports Network. Bold opinions, heated debates, and unfiltered sports talk. It all happens around the cooler, where we talk that score.
The coolest morning show is in your ear. It's the pregame playlist.
Friday night, Country Road 69. Friday sunset, keys on the table. Mama said, boy, don't stay out too late though. Took a left turn off that old state line, headed to a party just 20 minutes down the drive. Got my boots on the dash, window cracked, George Strait singing through the radio static. Thought I'd be there by 8:45, but time moves different on County Road 69. Yeah, that road got stories. Every mile got a name. You can leave looking for one thing and never leave the same. Front porch lights and a couple old souls waving me down while they're rocking real slow. Miss Betty said, boy, where you been all this time? Hey, where you been? I sat there laughing, drinking sweet tea and wine. One wrong turn on the right place at the right time. Right place, right time. Might change your whole damn life overnight. Yeah, the world gets wild past the county line. You never know what you'll find on County Road 69. County Road 69. County Road 69.
You're now listening to the pregame playlist.
Back road dreams.
Back road dreams.
Dirt road running, yeah, the tires still spinning. Mama in the kitchen said, boy, go get it. Had a big dream sitting way past the limit. Small town vision, but I knew I was different. Screen door slamming, had the radio loud. Talking to the stars like I'm leaving this town. Didn't have a lot, but I had that sound. Turn pain into gold, turn loss into crown. Late nights plotting with a notebook dream. While the whole world slept, I was up, still steaming. Felt that fire, couldn't fight that feeling. Back road boy, but I knew I was leaving.
I'm leaving. We were chasing them back road dreams. Windows down with a tank on me. Praying one day we finally see what we believe.
From them gravel roads to them bright lights, tears we cried in them long nights.
God had a plan plan, now it all makes sense. Yeah, we made it off them back road dreams.
Now it's go time, yeah, the boy done leveled up. Same dirt road roots, I just never gave it up. Never same old pain, but I turned it into books. In the rain, small town, now they screaming I'm the one. Remember cold nights, I was sleeping on a vision. Cold, now I'm wide awake, living everything I'm giving. Wide awake, a lot of losses just to see a couple wins. Now I'm riding clean, but I came up out the mud. They see it then, now they all want a witness. Back row soul with a big time image. Still that kid with a dream and ambition. Now I'm standing in the life that I envisioned. I made it.
We were chasing them back road dreams. We moved down with a tank on me. Praying one day we finally see what we believe.
From them gravel roads to them bright lights. Tears be crying them long nights.
God had a plan, now it all makes sense. Yeah, we made it off them back road dreams.
Y'all already know what time it is. Yo, locked in. With the pregame playlist. Good morning. Your sports. Your playlist.
Ladies and gentlemen, man, welcome back to the pregame playlist here on Water Cooler Talk Sports YouTube channel, man. We appreciate y'all so much for joining us, man. Let's go ahead. Let's get into this topic, man. Normally we do flag on the play right here, but I'm gonna skip flag on the play for today. We'll bring back flag on the play tomorrow because I think yesterday's flag on the play is still funny enough. Getting beat by a midget.
Wow.
Getting beat by a midget is. Yeah, go watch yesterday's show and check out yesterday's flag on the play. So it's funny. It's funny. Flag on the play.
I'm talking about how he jumped. I'm talking about how he jumped on the stool at the end.
At the end, he jumped on the stool at the end to let him know he won. Yeah, it is what it is. You know, check it out tomorrow. Check it out for yesterday. Check out flag on the play for yesterday and go get you a laugh. We'll bring back flag on the play tomorrow. What's up?
We know the best defense ain't to turn your body and lift your leg up. It's not gonna work.
Oh man, this is good. This is good. Oh man. All right, we're hour number 2, ladies and gentlemen, of the pregame playlist. If you have not already, man, hit the like button, subscribe to the Water Cooler Talk Sports YouTube channel. If you haven't already. Share, tell a friend, tell a friend, and tell a friend. It's the pregame playlist here, man. We appreciate that so much. Auburn football, right? Yesterday, Coach Alex Golesh, new head coach at Auburn, is getting ready. They're in a mock game week right now. And came out and had his Monday presser. There was a theme that I collected from that press conference yesterday. The theme that I collected was, and he said this. He said, we have talent on this team, but we're young. And he basically was saying that after the starters, that the talent that when you start, cycling in and subbing in those guys behind those guys, talent is there, but they're young. So we're getting back to the experience question here that we was having earlier in the show, and Big Sarge brought it up earlier in the show. And he asked a question about experience, and things and stuff like that. I'm gonna ask this question, and I'm gonna ask, is that concerning? Is it concerning to a degree that you don't have experienced guys? Now this could sound contradictory because I literally just made an argument in hour 1 that I really do believe that the system matters more, has a little bit more weight than an experienced player, even though I don't think it's by that much. I do think having a system in place that everybody is full steam ahead, marching towards, knowing that this is what we're gonna go out here and do, it's more important. It's a little bit more important than having an experienced guy or talent, because I keep saying this. Auburn last year was as talented or more talented than other teams that they played last year on their schedule, and they still only won 5 games. But Coach Golesh he said it yesterday that, yeah, we have talent. And I want to say this. I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this out loud. Thank God he did not say we needed more talent. Oh my God. if Coach Golders would have came out here and said some crap like that, man, bro.
I just had a flashback. I just had a flashback,
bro. If he would have came out here and said some crap like that, bro, I would have been like, oh my God, here we go again, bro. But he came out here and said we have talent, but he said the talent behind it is inexperienced and young. That's really what he said. BSR said yes, it absolutely is concerning that the depth on this team is not experienced, or even though they're talented, they're just young and they're not experienced. What say you, Ann, on this? How you feel?
Man, I don't know where y'all get that from.
We got it from Coach Golders. He said it in the press conference.
Coach Golders, you know, this is the thing, though. I don't know if I can halfway agree with that, though, Nick, because we did see Malik Archie and Jordan Crawford play last year. We did see Blake Woodby get in the game last year. I mean, we seen Rayshawn Pleasant play last year. So I don't know, man. Like, who could you be talking about? That was the first question that hit my head. Like, who could you be talking about? Because a lot of those players that's young, they played last year. Eric Winters and Corn Fagans, they played.
Okay, let's when he was asked the question, he was kind of asked about the wide receiver. Is really what he was asked about. So
okay, yeah, we're young there.
When he was asked that question, it was really geared towards the offensive side of the football. You know, when that question was asked, you know, he talked about Nimrod, Singleton, and who's the other guy he said that potentially could start?
Koger.
No, it wasn't Koger. It was another name.
It wasn't Koger. It was I forgot.
Oh, it's in my mind right now, bro. Oh my God. Anyway, he was talking about that, but he was saying that the wide receiver room behind those guys are some young guys. Deshaun Spencer, Brian Williams Jr., you know, Corey Pettigrew, who was there with them at USF last year, but he was in the system as well. But there were just some young guys behind them. Yeah, Neptune, young guys, you know, that didn't get a lot, that didn't play a lot. He was also talking about the O-line as well, because he did mention, you know, some young guys and some of the guys in the church. Yeah, he was talking to them. But he was saying after the guys that are projected to be the ones on this team, that there will be some youth and inexperience at positions in this on the offensive side of football. So I should have put parameters around that when I framed the question, because he was talking about the offensive side of the ball. Now, defensively, you are correct.
I forgot which side.
Defensively, you are correct. Jordan Crawford did play some last year. Malik Archer did play some. Eric Winters was one of the better freshmen in the conference last year. Fagans did play. You're right. Melendez did play as well. So I get what you're saying, man. Mr. Beautiful said X-Man will be terrific. You're talking about Xavier Atkins, I believe. Yes, he will be great. We can't wait to see what he do to a follow-up from last year as well. He's AP All-American, AP first team All-American. Xavier Atkins is. But you know, concerning, you know, about the experience of the depth behind the ones on this team. Yeah, I'm a little concerned. I would say I'm a little concerned. I am. Because I'm gonna just put this comment up right here. BSR says scheme doesn't make you strong enough to play against grown men who have been in the strength and conditioning program for multiple seasons. It's a very fair point. It's a very fair point. That is a very, very fair point that I'm not gonna argue. I'm not gonna argue that.
No,
point.
I can't push back on that.
It's a very fair point.
Go
ahead.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Oh, I was finna say, what I will say to that though is there are ways around you having a young team. You know what I'm saying? Like, again, we talk about, if we're talking about goalless offense, a lot you have to have a young player or young players out there. You'll probably see more RPOs and bubble screens called, because you want to get the ball out there to the perimeter as fast as possible. So I mean, I don't know. I mean, there's ways to scheme around it. You can call double teams or, you know, chip blocks and things of that nature to help. So I mean, you kind of can scheme through it. You know what I'm saying? But you might not want to do that. You know.
No, I'm not gonna push back on his point, even though I mean, yeah, I understand exactly what he's saying. I get what he's saying. You know, a guy that's been in a weight program, that's been in the system that's been there for a while. But that's still part of I would say that even is still part of the system argument that I would make if I were to push back on it. That's still part of the system. So it kind of goes, in my opinion, it kind of goes hand in hand. But the inexperience with the youth on this team. I always ask the question, worst case scenario, right? Worst case scenario, you don't have Byron Brown for 2 games. And what if those 2 games come at a critical point in the season to where you are in conversation for particularly making a bowl game, becoming bowl eligible, or if all goes well, Auburn could potentially be in conversation for a college football playoff slot. You know, and you mentioned,
so we're talking about.
Hold on. You mentioned this, like, when you look at the quarterback room, right? Yes, Lachlan Hewlett was in this quarterback room last year at USF, so he understands what they want to do. Tristan Tia was not in this quarterback room last year at USF. He was at Oregon State, right? You look at Reese Brush, who is now in the quarterback room as well. None of those guys have significant playing experience in this system or in college football, right? So, like I said, I look at worst case scenario. If Byron Brown is not available for 1 or 2 games in the season, when you bring in, yes, they're young and talented, but when you bring in that type of inexperience, right? How does that affect the team? You know, how much more does the coaching preparation, or basically trying to hide what a deficiency is from a young, inexperienced player on the field, how does that shorten the playbook? Because we heard that some in the past couple of seasons, trying to condense the playbook as much as we possibly can so we can come out here and play a game. Now, I don't, you know, you heard that song. So that's my question about it. You know, things and stuff like that. You know, especially at the quarterback position, because he even mentioned it in his press conference. You know, there's Byron, and then he said there's the other quarterbacks in the room, you know, Lachlan, Tia, and Rice, just like he used the word ducklings, just follow me. You know, I put it like this, man. There is so much you can learn from film. You can learn a lot from film, and there's so much you can prepare for. But until you actually get in the game and play and get that experience and get those bullets thrown at you, and you get in the fire and you see game speed, stuff like that, there's nothing like it. Like, people can tell you about it, but until you get into the fire and play it, there's a difference. So like I said, my question is always just looking at worst case scenario. You hope for the best, but plan for the worst. You know, hope for the best, plan for the worst. So I look at it and I say to myself, yes, it is concerning, because there is not another quarterback in this room that has the experience. Now, to that point, is this offense as simplified as it possibly is? Going back to what our argument was in hour 1 about that topic, about Auburn's advantage against other teams who have year 1 starting quarterbacks. is it that much of a disadvantage for the offense based on what the scheme and what this offense wants to do? I don't know. I don't think it is. Let me not say I don't know. I don't think it is, because of the fact that I believe that it will be simplified or schemed around enough to where it would be easy for the quarterback to come in and do what they need to do, because it is a quarterback friendly system. Your thoughts on that, Ant?
We're talking worst case scenario. I think you turn to more run game than pass game. I think it'll probably be a 65-45, 70-30 type issue with the run game, which you have a three-headed monster in that backfield. So if you lose Byron Brown, which will hurt, but how much of a blow will it be? Or like you said, it depends on what time of the season. Because we could be in the middle of the October stretch, and you don't want to have to run the ball that many times against LSU or Ole Miss defense. You don't want to be one dimensional person.
Well, let me ask you: you don't want to run the ball that many against an LSU or Ole Miss or any defense, or you don't want to run the ball that much with Byron Brown against those defenses. Which one is it?
Oh yeah, I don't want Byron to run that much. Period.
Okay.
I wouldn't. To me, I wouldn't. It wouldn't hurt my feelings if Byron had 500 yards rushing.
I can agree with that. I
mean, like I said, you gotta, man. You look at that running back room. I mean, yeah, the key to defense, honestly, make it 11 on 11. I understand, but again, if we really look at that running back room, bro, you could have put Peyton Manning's slow stuff back there, and you'd be all right running the ball. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, I mean, Rudy DeBoss, said the more you run the ball, the more the defense admits. Yeah, listen, we are proponents of running the football, but who you run the football with is important as well too. You know, I don't want my quarterback. Like, let's just be real about this. Byron Brown ran against a lot of competition that, and I hate that I'm about to do this, but he ran against some competition that were not SEC defenses. The SEC defense and the ACC defense he did go up against last year. He did some good things. But to the point that a lot of people want to make about he'll have to do this on a week in, week out basis. That's true. It is true. In the words of Mr. 21, levels. You know.
Here's my question to that.
Okay.
I'm sorry, Nick. I mean, I wanted to ask this, but I never got a chance to. How would you put it? Of course, they've seen one SEC defense and, a top-rated Miami defense.
Miami was a defense that gave up, I think Miami gave up less than 90 yards rushing last year at the end of the season.
Right. But if we're going to say they can't, how do we know they can't do this against the SEC defense? It's not like every quarterback in the SEC.
No. I didn't say the run. I think Auburn's gonna be able to run the football. I said Byron Brown.
That's what
I mean. I don't want him to do it. I think it's listen, running the football is what you want to run the football because you set the tone of the offense and you control the game. But who you run the football with is very important as well too. That's the reason why I believe you saw them come in. Like, yes, we all know Byron Brown is a great runner of the football. He runs the football. Like, when the ball is in his hands, he's a great runner. But that doesn't mean I want Byron Brown running the football every single. No, yeah. I don't want that.
I get that.
You know what I'm saying?
But this is what I was asking, Nick. I get that part, right? And for everybody that says, but he wasn't in the SEC when he rushed for those 1,000 yards. How you know he can't do that though? It's not like they see It's not like they see 230, 40-pound quarterbacks every game in the SEC. Because we don't. Let's just be honest about this.
Man, I get what you're saying, but you still don't want that because even
No.
with like I don't want to see it. Like,
No,
yeah,
I agree with you though.
I don't want to
agree
see
with
it.
you.
You know, yeah, we saw it with Cam Newton. Like, Cam Newton is an anomaly, bro. Cam Newton still is an anomaly. Like, let's just be real about it. But even at the end of that season, Cam Newton, he was hurt, he was banged up a little bit, and they were trying not to make that be the thing. It was only in certain situations to where it would happen. That's the reason why you saw Michael Dyer get more push at the end of the season. You saw the speed sweeps and things and stuff like that with McCaleb and even with some of the receivers and stuff like that. I think rushing the football. Big Sarge, yeah, we get it. We're not talking about passing. We weren't talking about passing. We're talking about running the football in that particular situation right there. I just don't want to see my quarterback doing that for a whole season. At the beginning, like if we go back to the beginning of the season in that 2010 year with Cam was running over everybody. And then of course, you know, you saw him have some of the spectacular runs like later on in the season, like against, you know, Arkansas, where he jumped over the pile, of course, where you saw him, of course, the Heisman run they had against LSU and things, stuff like that. But even during the end of that season, you saw the backs get more involved in the running game. Running the ball is important, but also it's very important of who's running the ball as well, too, in my opinion. So, I mean, that's how I look at it and things stuff like that. So yes, I look at it and I say the youth behind the guys that are starting, and I'm just keep saying it. Looking at worst case scenario, you know, yes, if Byron Brown is not available for a game or two, if Chaz Nimrod is injured for a game or two, if you have multiple receivers injured for a game or two, that youth will have to grow up quick, and that is something that Coach Golis has said repeatedly as well. That those guys that we have to get older quicker. You know, and when he says older, he means maturity, and you know, we just have to get that experience as quickly as we possibly can. So, yeah, I mean, Coach Golis said it, man. We have talent, but that talent behind those guys that are going to start are very, you know, inexperienced and young, and it's a little concern, just a little bit, man. And another thing Coach Golis said too that I think a lot of people missed out on, because we actually had this conversation about in a show earlier in the offseason. I think it was around spring ball time, when he was saying that there's not enough leadership on the team, like not enough player-led leadership on his team, because he said a lot of their best players on this team are young guys, you know, and there are not a lot of older guys that the young guys can look up to in order to be that guy in the room that can lead that room. And if there's not a guy there, that's the coach. And he has alluded to at many points in times in his tenure at Auburn that a team that is coach driven when it comes to leadership has a ceiling on it. He said player-led teams are the teams that's going to be able to compete and win championships moving forward. And I agree. Majority of the teams that you look at, those teams that are player-led teams are the teams that end up winning. And he says we don't have enough leadership with those players. Still trying to bring that out in some of those players in order to have that leadership within the players on the team. So I look at it, man, and that is something that he said that they have to do, and they're trying to pull out of, you know, certain players as well. Big Sarge said, man, the ability to run the football effectively for a group of 6 O-line versus a power 4 D-line should be a level of compromise, because the greatest difference between the levels is in the trenches. That's a good point. That's a great point. Yeah, I like that. The difference is the trenches. You know, when at the skill positions, you know, they kind of similar there. But you're right, at the trenches, that is the difference. That is the biggest difference. Same thing in basketball. Like in college basketball, the difference is the bigs. You know, the bigs between like power 4 schools, group of 6 schools, and stuff like that. The difference is really the bigs. Most of your guard players going to be kind of the same, but the bigs are the difference as well. He said Brown will have 1,000 yards rushing after 7 games easily. Whoa, he's closer to 6'4", 240 now. That's what Mr. Beautiful said. Whoa.
I don't need that. That's not what I need. I don't need Byron Brown to run for 1,007 games. Now,
Mr. Beautiful said he gonna do it though. That's what Mr. Beautiful said.
I don't need that. Why do it when you don't need it?
I hear you. I hear what you're saying.
In that October stretch, I will say this. In that October stretch, that's when I need you to make this 11 on 11. Before then and after that, I don't need you to. I feel like we have enough talent. I don't need you to make it 11 on 11.
It is. Well, let us know, man. Is Auburn's talented but young in depth in the depth? Is that concerning to you as an Auburn fan? Let us know, man. Let us know in the chat if you're watching us live. Let us know in the rewatch if you're watching us on the rewatch. Ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna slide out of this thing right here. We're gonna take a break, and when we come back, we're gonna wrap this thing up for Tuesday here on the pregame playlist. Y'all know what time it is, man. 55 minutes after the hour, we're gonna wrap this thing up when we come back. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning to you. Let's go.
You already know what time it is.
Slide through.
Late night. Pull up on me. Girl, you know what you're doing. Every time that you call me late night. Got me switching my route. Pulling up under your city lights. And I know you've been drinking. By the way that you're talking slow. Say you miss my touch. So baby, I'm already on the road. On the way, yeah, pulling up. You ain't gotta say too much. I can hear it in your voice. Soon as you hit my line, girl, you know I'm making that choice. No hesitation, no complaining. You know I'm sliding through. Girl, I'm coming. Oh, one call, one text, baby, I'm outside. No sleep all week, but for you, I'll try. Late night, red lights, hands on your thigh. Anytime you need me, girl, I'm sliding through the night. Slide through anytime. Slide through anytime. You call me, baby, I'm sliding through. Call my line. I know what you like. Candles lit when I walk in. Music low, your body telling me don't stop then. You say these other dudes never really doing up, but every time you call my phone, you know I'm pulling up right now. Yeah, you know it.
Your mornings just changed. Turn up your speakers. The pregame playlist is on.
Hotter than me, who hotter? Whole squad too lit, turn the crowd to stampede. I don't do sneak diss and say it loud when you speak. Speak up, beat, even drop got the whole club on their feet. Stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up, stand up. Big pressure, big smoke. I'm the one they can't stop. Every time I touch stage, feel like some get shot. Boom, boom. Not literal. Calm down, but the energy lethal. Whole crowd lose control when the drums hit the people. Lose control. I came in talking heavy cause I earned every bar. You just rapping on beats, I'm out here raising the bar. Ain't no singing, ain't no vibes, just straight pressure and pain. It's that ride around at midnight while it thunder and rain. Black Air Force energy all in the booth. Black Forces. Gold teeth gleam when I start telling the truth. Yeah. If the beat don't shake walls, I don't even approve. Need the bass so hard and make the ceiling come loose. Kick the door in. We ain't knocking no more. Whole team fired up, but to start up a war.
808s hit hard, make the floorboards fold. If they came for the smoke, tell them bring some more. Bring it here, kick the door in, kick the door in, kick it in. Whole club jumping when the bass starts storming. Boom, kick the door in, kick the door in, kick it in. Whole squad wildin', whole crowd enormous. Yeah, whole lot of grit, whole lot of hunger in me. Hunger came from the
Why be anywhere in the world when you could be here with us? This is the pregame playlist on the Water Cooler Talk Sports Network.
Met you on a Friday, golden hour club. You was looking at me like you already know. I was playing cool, I ain't make a move. Now I'm thinking about like what I should've do. You was right there, I was right here. Too caught up in my pride and fear. One step away from everything. Now I'm stuck on what could've been. I waited too long. Now you're already gone. He's saying everything I never said. Now he's laying where I should've been. You were almost my girl, almost my girl. Almost changed my world. Almost my girl, almost my girl. Had your hand in mine, I let it go. Now you with somebody else. You were almost my girl, almost my girl. Almost. Damn, I came so close. Now I'm stuck with a what if in my head. Watching him love you instead. Almost. You were almost mine. Yeah, now you're gone. Saw you last night, dancing in the lights. He was holding you, looking in your eyes. That should've been me, I can't lie. Now I'm wishing I could rewind time. Every little chance I let pass. Now I'm living in the past. Had it right there in my hands. Now I'll never get it back. You were almost my girl, almost my girl. Almost mine. You were almost my girl, almost my girl. Why let you go? You were almost my girl, almost my girl.
You already know what time it is. Yo, locked in. With the pregame playlist. Good morning. Your sports. Your playlist.
Ladies and gentlemen, man, this is the pregame playlist here on Water Cooler Talk Sports YouTube channel, man. We appreciate y'all so much, man, for joining us here this morning on Tuesday, August 25th, man. We will be back tomorrow, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central Standard Time here with another episode of the pregame playlist. And we'll be talking some more sports, your morning, your sports, your playlist, man. So shout out to everybody that rocked with us this morning. Shout out to everybody that was in the chat with us. Big Sarge, Mario Cannon, Rudy the Boxer. Shout out to you all. P-Pass was in the chat. Mr. Beautiful was in the chat with us as well, man. We appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking with us here this morning, man. Huggy Beard was in the chat with us as well, man. Shout out to you all, man. Auburn Dad, he was in the chat earlier as well. So, man, we appreciate all of y'all, man, so much for rocking with us here this morning, man. Shout out to all y'all, man, for continuing to give us to give us some of your time, man, because we know your time is valuable, and we try to give you great content. Excuse me, let me not say the word content. Great programming here. J Mims, how I forget my boy? How I forget about my boy J Mims? J Money. Mr. 21 was in the chat. Shout out to him as well, man. We appreciate all of y'all, man, for rocking with us here this morning, man. Because we know that you all's time is valuable, and we want to give you great programming while we get this thing rocking and rolling, and we want you all to have a great start to your morning. That is our job here at the pregame playlist, is to get your morning started, to get your morning going, have great conversations about sports or what's going on in the culture or in just in the world. That's what we do here. We like to have a conversation about everything. So this morning we had a great Auburn conversation about Auburn football. So yeah, it was great, man. Tomorrow, I don't know what we'll talk about tomorrow. Whatever pops up is what we'll do. You know, so it is what it is, man. We appreciate y'all so much, man, for rocking with us. And where are you in the world today, my guy?
I'm in Ohio.
We go,
Headed
man.
to Columbus, and then I'll be on my way to Kentucky, and then I'll be on my way to Bama. You know, gotta support my nephew and my cousins. And
You know what's funny? Y'all don't know this, but Ann is an Ohio State fan. That's why he going to Columbus, ladies and gentlemen.
Don't you ever
He's trying to go to the shoe
Oh my God,
in Ohio.
No.
He's going to OHIO.
No.
OHIO. That's where he's trying to go, ladies and gentlemen.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you how Nick is telling a fib on this one, because I like Michigan. I don't like Ohio.
What? Wait a minute. And I was playing. You really like Michigan? Dang.
Yep, sure
Ain't not a real Auburn fan. Auburn fans ain't not a real Auburn fan. Just so y'all know.
No. That's not why. It's not football wise, sir. I was young with the Fab Five, so I'm gonna tell y'all a little bit about me. I don't usually do this. Basketball really was my first love. Like,
Okay.
that was my first. Like, I learned how to shoot ball. I was good at it. Whatever. So I was little with the Fab Five, but you know that was the team back then.
Mm-hmm.
Was the Fab Five. So that's how I started. That's why I started liking Michigan.
Okay. Shout out to Rudy Box, man. We appreciate that, my guy. I appreciate that compliment, man. Appreciate it so much, man. We try to have a great time doing it. You know, try to bring you great programming here on Water Cooler Talk Sports YouTube channel. That's what we do. You know, it is what it is. He said he wants to see real football schools. He wants to see what a real football school look like. Talking about Ohio State.
Bruh.
Okay.
Ohio State been dominating y'all for the longest. Don't do that.
Hey, he said make sure you stop in Bloomington in Indiana to go see
Funny story. I went by there maybe a month ago.
Okay.
I went right by Indiana Stadium. I was trying to get a picture at it quick. I was kind of mad about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, man, this is the pregame playlist here on Water Cooler Talk Sports YouTube channel, man. We appreciate y'all so much, man. And as y'all, before we get out of here, every day, I like to leave y'all with a quote of the day. Something that you can just think about, something that you can meditate on, or something if you don't even care about it, hey, it is what it is, but it's just something that I like to do. And today's quote of the day comes from a poet, and a guy that wrote a lot of essays. His name is E.E. Cummings. And the quote for today from Mr. E.E. Cummings is this. He said these words. He said, "It takes courage to grow up and become who you really are."
You're now listening to the pregame playlist.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the pregame playlist here on Water Cooler Talk Sports YouTube channel, man. We appreciate y'all so much for joining us here. We'll be back tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. Eastern, 8 a.m. Central, for another episode, another installment, some more programming of the pregame playlist, man. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend. Like, subscribe. Come over here and join us, man. We appreciate y'all so much. As always, man, you all have a good one. Have a great rest of your morning. As always, y'all be blessed. Stay fresh. And most importantly, don't be stressed. We'll see y'all tomorrow morning, man. Y'all have a good one, man. Y'all have a great rest of your day. Have a great rest of your morning. We out this thing, man. Y'all be easy. Peace.
This has been a presentation of Water Cooler Talk Sports.